Hey everyone, this is discussion video for week 3 of our series Best Year Still. Thanks for joining us and watching along with your group. Our passage that we're looking at this week is 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 7 through 10. It may be, I think it is my favorite passage in all of the Bible. I hope it's a blessing to you as well. I'd recommend to your group, go ahead and starting out by reading this passage, verses 7 through 10, 2 Corinthians 12. And just a couple notes and a few questions that I'm going to give to you. If someone wants to write these down so that you can ask them in your group, that would be really helpful. So Paul says right off the top, to keep me from becoming conceited. And the thought that I had for that is because, every time that everything is great in your life, that's what happens, right? The human condition is that we become conceited and we feel like we need God less. And so first question, can you think of a time like that in your life? Maybe when everything was going great and as a result, it started to kind of make you feel like you needed God less. You didn't read your Bible as much. You stopped praying as much. You weren't as involved as church as you knew that you should be. So if you have a time like that, if you can share that with your group. And he says, to keep me from becoming conceited, a thorn in the flesh was given me. My guess is that probably many of us can relate to that we've all had something at some point in time or another in our life where, man, we just had a thorn in our side, whether it was physical, emotional, relational, some type of trial or hardship that, man, was just a thorn in the side. And so the second question is, man, would you be willing to open up and share that with your group of whatever that thorn was or is in your life currently? And then Paul says, I prayed 3 times for God to take it away from me, but instead he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you. And he goes on to say, for my power is made perfect in weakness. And so isn't it true that it's often through our weakness and the difficulties in life when we most experience the power and the presence of God? So that's the last question, the last prompt for discussion. Would you mind sharing with the group a time, such a time as this in your life where through your weakness and difficulties and trials that you really experience the power and presence of God? So those are your 3 questions. Go off, have a discussion around those. Hope it's a blessing to you all. We'll see you back next week.